Yo, what is going on, guys? Now, as you guys see in the title of the video, we'll be talking about what are the top 5 Spider-Man games that have come out so far. Now, to say this before the video starts, this is my opinion on towards the Spider-Man games that have come out so far in my top 5. And, you know, everybody's opinion is different towards this type of subject. So, if you guys want to list down your top 5 favorite Spider-Man games that have come out so far, you can list them in the comments below. I would like to see what you have, you know, because everyone's different. Everybody have their own likes and dislikes. So I like just put that in the comments below. Your top 5 favorite Spider-Man video games. Now let's get into the video. Now, starting off with the list, we're going to start off at number 5. Now, this may be a shock to you guys. I have Spider-Man 2 at number 5. Now, before you just get so angry, you know, just get mad that quickly, let me speak my piece. Now, if you guys know, Spider-Man 2 the game, it came out in 2004, and it also follows up on the movie Spider-Man 2. Basically, you know, the whole game is based around that story, but then it changes up a little bit of things. We get more guest appearances like Mysterio, we get Rhino, Electro, and Black Cat as well, and many more. Now, I have to say, during this time, the web slinging was it was the king of web slinging. It had the crown, because no Spider-Man game that came out was like Spider-Man 2, because there was no game to really compete with it as well when it comes to the web slinging, because the web slinging in that game was more physics based, if you guys could say that, because if you guys remember in Spider-Man 2, the way you swing, it also based on, it's like you have a little charge meter where you swing, how fast you can go and all. And if you got that maxed up all the way, you can go really fast. And I like the way you could do, as a memorable thing I always remember doing in that game, is swinging with 2 hands. You could attach to 2 buildings and you could just bounce off of that, you know, like a slingshot basically. And also the combat in this game was really fun. I remember sticking in, you could stick enemies to light poles. You could grab multiple enemies, web them up all enemies together, and you could just spin them around in a circle, just like a horse. You just spinning them around. It's really cool. I really liked the combat in this game. It was really fun, and also with the air combos, and you could go in slow motion and do it as well. It was really fun in my opinion. I had fun playing the game. I just remember all the memories I have with this game. It's really fun. Now, you know, I placed it number 5 because there are some games that, you know, they're more top notch than this. Not saying that Spider-Man 2 was bad. It was really good. It's just that some of the other games on this list, you know, are, you know, better overall, if I can say that in a good way without getting people mad. But yeah, that's number 5. We have Spider-Man 2 for number 5. Now we're finna get into the next list for number 4. Now we're going to number 4. Now for number 4, we have SpiderManShattered Dimensions, and it came out in 2010. Now, if you guys know the story with Shattered Dimensions, basically, you know, the Amazing Spider-Man and Mysterio, you know, they have their regular fights. Now, this is different because Mysterio's in a museum looking for the Tablet of Order and Chaos. And when they're fighting and Spider-Man punches the tablet, it shatters in fragments, going through out of all dimensions. And it goes into the Spider-Man 2099 dimension, Ultimate, Noir, and, you know, basically the Amazing Spider-Man dimension as well. Now, it's up to Madam Web to bring them all together to really bring back all the tablets before, all the fragment of the tablets, before it's too late for the enemies to get a hold of it and before they use it for evil uses. Now, for this game, the combat is so good. We're dealing with 4 Spider-Man. Now, it's 4 of them, different play styles that we get to experience. Now for 2099, it's all with speed and agility. Now for Ultimate is with the symbiote. You get to really do some really cool moves with the symbiote, especially with the rage mode. It is really fun to play with. That's probably my favorite in there, is the Ultimate in that game. And also we have Spider-Man Noir. Now if you guys didn't know, this is a little fact if you guys didn't know. In Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, Spider-Man Noir has the lowest health out of all the Spider-Man in that game. Now he's basically based off of stealth, and he's really good with stealth. Now we get into the Amazing Spider-Man. Now Amazing Spider-Man, he got the speed. Also, he's really destructive with his webs. Now if you guys remember, in the game, Spider-Man can really like grab pieces of rocks from the ground and just slam it on people and just like create big boulders of webs, slamming enemies together. It's really cool. I like the way they do that, and that game combat is really fun in my opinion. Now we get a lot of skins in this game as well. You get them from unlocking challenges, doing challenges in the game. It allows for a lot of replayability and is really fun. I like the way they did that. And also the web slinging. Now the web slinging it's not like, you know, Spider-Man 2 open world type with web slinging, but the web slinging is like, you know, you're in a linear place, I guess you could say. I was really struggling to say that word, but it's all right. I can say it's not the best, but I can say it's all right enough for the people that plays it to, you know, at least have a little fun with it. Now that is for my number 4. What do you guys think about Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions? Did you guys like it or not? Now we're gonna head on to the number 3 spot in the list. Now let's get into it. Now for number 3, we have Ultimate Spider-Man that came out in 2005. Now you guys remember Ultimate Spider-Man? That game is really good. Basically, if you guys haven't read the Ultimate Comics, it's basically what it is in the game, just a little shorter, because it's a lot. Ultimate Comics had a lot of issues, so they couldn't really fit it all in one game, so I can understand that. But guys, if you guys look at a comic book equal to a game, it's basically what it is. It's like a comic book mixtured into a game, because the way the game works and the way they do their cutscenes is just like a comic book, and that's what really makes this game stand out the most out of all of them. It's really more like comic bookish than all the other games that come out for Spider-Man, and that's really makes this game really stands out really a lot. And also that we made this game stand out, you get to play as Venom. Now the combat with Venom is really fun. You could eat a child and you could spit him back out and just leave his balloons to go float in the air. And also you could crawl with Venom with walls and do a super jump. So it was really fun playing with Venom. You know, it's diversity. You play as Spider-Man, you can play as Venom. It's really cool to see it. And also we had guest appearances in this game as well. It's a lot. We got Johnny Storm from the Fantastic Four. We got Wolverine, Nick Fury, and many more. It's really like a really comic bookish type of game, and that's really what it made it so fun. And also the collectibles. If you guys know, there are collectibles around in that game, which was really hard to find. Guys, if you remember playing this game, getting those collectibles are so hard. And it came out in 2005, so we were basically children when it came out, and I didn't even think about going on YouTube to look up the collectibles to unlock the black suit. I just didn't know back then. I wish I would have known, because I would have probably have fun playing with the black suit. Now let me know if you guys in the comments if you guys was like that as well when you're playing the game. Did you not look up on YouTube at all for the collectibles? Because it was really funny, because it's a lot of collectibles in that game just to search and find them too. It's a lot. But guys, I have to put this at number 3 spot because it's really a game that really stands out of all the Spider-Man game, even the ones that's on 2 and 1. This stands out more because it's more of a comic bookish type of game, and we'd never experienced that before ever, and since now we haven't even gotten one like that before. But to end off number 3, I had to put this most iconic final boss fight with Spider-Man and Venom. Hope you guys enjoy this. Now let's get on to number 2. Now we're at number 2. Now number 2 is a really special game. We have Spider-Man Webs of Shadows that came out in 2008. This game is just so good. It is so good. Now guys, if you guys know, you guys should know the story. Spider-Man fights Venom, and basically as you progress into the story, the city becomes more and more infected with Venom, Venom virus, I guess you could say, because Venom goes around making people symbiotes. And guys, apocalyptic symbiotic filled New York is just mind-blowing. It is such a good concept of New York. I really like it. Back then when I played it, guys, an apocalyptic New York just filled with nothing but little symbiotes flying around. Then they got, advanced symbiotes. They had the red color one, they got the black and white ones. That game was really good for the story wise. Now I know it may be clunky sometimes with the voice actor, the one that played the Spider-Man. I can understand it, but overall the combat unmatched. it was so good. You could switch into the black suit and the red suit anytime you wanted to, and they had their own specific skills, their range, combos, air combos, ground. It's so amazing how this combat was in this game, especially the symbiote. The black suit powers, it is unmatched. The game is so cool, especially when you're in apocalyptic New York, just riding going around. It's a one combo that you do with the tendrils, and you like do a front flip, and you send like a big huge horde of symbiotes coming out your chest, and it's just like it just sends a straightforward projectile. It is so satisfying just to get that move off. You guys just don't know. You can tell the excitement in my voice on how much I enjoyed this game as a child. I wish it was remastered. I really wish it was remastered so I could play it. But also, guys, the web slinging in this game, the web swinging was the best. It was the best. I don't care about Spider-Man 2. The Spider-Man 2 has nothing on Web of Shadows. I promise you, we could go on debate on this. I don't care. Spider-Man 2 compared to Web of Shadows is killing it. You could do so much acrobatic moves in Web of Shadows that you can't do in Spider-Man 2. Now, granted, you know, Spider-Man 2 came out in 2004, if I'm correct. So you can't really, you know, it's, you know, different times. You know, a lot of things advanced during that time. So, you know, as acrobatic moves, you could wall slide on a wall. If you're going down, you could just slide with your knees, just going straight down. I don't know how he didn't get burned on his legs, but I guess you can't say nothing really about that. And also the way you stick on the poles, it's so good. I promise you guys, if you guys experience Web of Shadows, you know exactly the way I'm feeling right now towards this game. You guys know how excited I am to just talk about this game. And also, they also introduced a thing that we never experienced before in this game, is also story choices in between the black suit and the regular suit. Now, for example, when you're for Black Widow, for Black Cat, when you're with Black Cat, Mary Jane does not want you to be with Black Cat, because as you know, Black Cat likes when you're in the black suit more, and you know it pushes you into do more bad things. Now you could choose to go on the bad side, to choose the bad side, to go with Felicia Harder and, you know, basically start like a little side relationship with her without telling Mary Jane, or you could pick the good side and reject Black Cat, but she'll still be your ally. You just, you know, reject her temptation. And we never got that in the game before. Actually, that's really the first time we really got a story choice. You can pick your own how you want the story to end. So I really like that. And also, the game has 3 endings. Now the game has 2 endings. You can pick all good or you can pick all bad. Now there's a secret ending. You have to be wise with your what you pick. I think it's specifically you have to pick bad and good at the right times for you to really get the secret ending. Now I think if I'm correct, when you're fighting the symbiote Black Cat, you have to choose either to not save her or give her the symbiote, basically. So, and if you guys remember in the story, Mary Jane does not want, you know, Peter dealing with the black suit because he promised that he'll never use it again, and he broke that promise. With him breaking that promise, at the end of the game, he does not talk to her she does not talk to him no more, and basically he just left by himself because he, you know, went against her against her promise to use the black suit. So that's really cool. I like the way they did that secret ending. Guys, I promise you, I'm 20 years old. I'm just finding out about this secret ending like a couple days ago, really just figuring this out, that they had a secret ending to Web of Shadows. So that's how I didn't even know about it. But no, let me know what you guys think about Web of Shadows, guys, because Web of Shadows was a really, really good game. I just hate that it got bad reviews on it. But I can understand the bad reviews because you could see it in some of the games, you know, how it is in the gameplay, but it just didn't deserve them bad reviews, guys, honestly, in my opinion. But, you know, let me know what you guys think about Web of Shadows. Never forget it to the #1 spot as well, guys. So be ready for #1. It came out last year, the best-selling superhero game ever, SpiderMan PS4. Now, guys, you guys should know the story for SpiderMan PS4. You know, Peter, you know, as soon as he put Kingpin away, you know, that opens up the door for Mr. Negative and this gang to take over. And now we were deceived to think that he was the main boss, when it was really Otto Octavius the whole time. So it was really cool. I like the way they did that. They really did fool us. I'm not even gonna lie, they fooled us with Mr. Negative, just putting him, showing him in the spotlight in the promotions and all. We really thought he was the main villain, but we were mistaken. We see the main villain in the beginning of the story, so it's really cool. I like the story overall. The story was really good. But guys, SpiderMan PS4 is the king for web slinging, bro. They took inspiration from TASM 2. Now, if you guys, we all know TASM 2 is trash. We know it's trash. They screwed over Andrew. They should have gave Andrew a better script, better movie. We know this. We know this. But guys, one thing you cannot say about TASM 2, that TASM 2 did not have the best web slinging in a Spider-Man movie we've seen so far. That web slinging is unmatched on how good it was. And I just love it that they took inspiration from one of the best movies that had the best web slinging and put it into the game. So I really like that. And I like how when you're swinging, you can swing through little holes inside that hole is water. I really forgot the name of it, but you guys should know what I'm talking about. And especially like the tunnels, you can just zip through them in the middle of them. If you guys should know what I'm talking about. You should know what I'm talking about. I just can't explain it in words right now because of my excitement. But the combat is really, really good. It's it's a little reminiscent of the Arkham, because the Arkham has the best combat in any video game. It don't matter which video game come out, Batman introduced it first. Batman just like put it on the map. So Batman really started the wave with the combat with some of these superhero games. But then again, some of the superhero games like God of War and recent Spider-Man, they did a little adaptation to themselves, put a little sauce in it to themselves to make it different from Batman games. But it still gets compared to this day, because Batman just is really the pinnacle of combat on games. So some people compare it to that also. But I like also the uses of his gadgets, because you guys know Spider-Man, he's just he's a tech. He's a tech nerd. He built his own web shooters. He builds his own tech, and he does it in the comics also. So it's really cool to see him using his gadgets. It's really good in combat uses as well, especially for boss fights. And I like the way they interpret it into this game. It's really, really good. And also the skins. It's a lot of skins. It's a lot of skins. I'm not even gonna say in total how many skins they have, because it's been a minute since I counted it. It's a lot of skins in that game, and it's all free too. All you gotta do is do the in-game activities to get them. So it's really cool. I like the way they did that. Free skins. Everybody can pick what they want, and also it interprets into the cutscenes as well. So any skin you want, say you got like the Spider-Man 2099 suit, the blue one or the white one, it's in that suit, is in that cutscene as well. Especially you got the Ghost Rider one, with the flaming head. Even though it's not flaming in the cutscenes, it's flaming in the gameplay. So it's really cool. I like those skins. It is really, really fun. And also another thing I like about this game that everybody should know, that really makes it #1, is that the city is alive, like interactive, guys. Because if you guys swinging around, you may see like the cops and the paramedics at a wreck. Somebody had a wreck of some sort, or you can see police arresting some of the demons in the game, or some of the Sable people. So it's really, really, really cool. And also the civilians as well. You can interact with the civilian, give them handshakes. They'll show you some missions that you should do, give you suggestion missions. And also you can run into random civilians that will just pull out a gun on you or try to fight you, or maybe want to deter that Mr. Negative touched before he got in jail of some sort. So it's really cool. I really like the game, especially with the ending. We get so many teasers, especially to Venom. We getting Venom the next game. It's basically we getting Venom, and I really want to see how this Venom is going to look. And also we're getting Green Goblin as well. We may get we see some hints in the game for the Green Goblin to come in. So I really can't wait to see how Green Goblin will be interpreted into the next game if he's in it. And also Miles. I can't wait to see my boy Miles in his costume if he gets one. But that is my top 5 Spider-Man games that have come out so far. My top 5. Now, what are you guys' top 5? I said at the beginning, because everyone's different. you know, you can list your top 5. You know, I could, you know mine's already, so I'd like to know you guys top 5. Now, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and make sure you get that notification bell as well, so you know whenever I upload a video go live. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. It took a lot of time me making this, so I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and don't forget to hit that like button, guys. But yeah, hope you guys have a good day. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and have a good day.
Yeah. What you left behind, yo? What you left behind?